There's a credit card in Japan that permits you to keep the Star Alliance Gold status even if you stop flying. This is not the Amex Platinum, not the Chase Sapphire Reserve, and not the Capital One Venture X. In fact, it's possibly the best kept secret in the entire Star Alliance network. Almost nobody outside of Japan knows this loophole exists. So today I'll show you what this card is, how it works, and why I think it's one of the most powerful travel cards around, with one very important and very big caveat that you absolutely need to know about. So stick around. Even if you don't live in Japan, this is a fascinating piece of travel and credit card knowledge. Now, don't get me wrong, cards like the Amex Platinum, the Chase Sapphire Reserve, the Citi Strata Elite, or even the Venture X are great cards. They all come with lounge access, overlapping benefits, and premium annual fees to match. And realistically, you only need one of those. But today, it's not about those cards. This one is different because it turns something that's usually temporary into something that's permanent. I actually have the card right here, but before I show it to you, let's quickly go through what it offers, because the perks alone already make it really interesting. First, the spending reward. You earn 1 point per 200 yen on all purchases, and each point converts into 2 ANA miles. On purchases related to a specific airline, which I reveal in a moment, you earn 1 point per 100 yen, again, worth 2 miles per point. That's effectively around 1 to 2% return in airline miles, depending on how you spend. If we put that into perspective, as an example, if you spend 200,000 yen a month on this card, that's about 24,000 miles a year. That's nearly a free round trip from Tokyo to Okinawa during the low season, just for paying your normal bills. On top of that, you get 40% in flight mileage bonus and 2,000 miles every year when you renew the card. So it's not bad already. Next, let's talk about travel insurance, because that's really important. Up to 50 million yen in coverage, which is about $300,000, valid domestically as well as internationally. And importantly, it covers your children as well. I personally used it last summer when we travel in Europe as a family. And you also get domestic flight delay coverage, which is something that not all airline cards offer, I believe. So now you've been waiting. What is this card? So let me show it to you. This is this card, the ANA Superflyers Visa Gold card. And I know what you are thinking. It's just a regular Visa Gold card. What's the big deal about it? It is, in my opinion, the most powerful travel card in Japan. But I have to warn you, getting approved for the card isn't the hard part. Getting invited to apply is the hard part. And I'll explain the exact requirement just in a minute. But just know, this is an exclusive club. Now, look closely at the symbol right here. It says Star Alliance Gold. And yes, that's the key of this card. You are automatically granted Star Alliance Gold status. Not temporarily, not based on annual spend, and not based on how often you fly. You keep the Star Alliance Gold for as long as you keep the card. Normally, airline status disappears the moment you stop flying enough, right? This card, again, locks it in. That's what makes it so special. If you're enjoying discovering finance and travel tips related to Japan, please hit the like button. It really helps the video reach more people and support the channel. Thank you so much. Now, let's look at what the Star Alliance Gold status actually gives you. Picture this. It's Golden Week, or it's the year-end holiday season, like we are right now. Airport is absolute chaos. Normally, you'd stuck in a 40-minute backdrop line, right? But with this card, you walk straight to the business class check-in counter. Even if you bought an economy class ticket, you skip the lines. You get priority baggage handling, meaning your bags are often amongst the first one on the carousel when you land at your destination. And, of course, you get priority boarding to secure the very important overhead bin space before everybody else. It basically removes the friction from air travel. And if you need help to plan your trip, or if anything goes wrong, you have access to a member-only ANA service desk to help you with tickets or hotels, rather than waiting in line for hours over the phone with the general public. Oh, and by the way, did I mention easy upgrades, priority seat selection, earlier booking windows and use of miles and upgrade certificates, as well as discount on car rentals. And you also get 10% discount on onboard shopping and discounts at ANA airport shops in Japan in case you forget the last minute little souvenirs you needed to bring home or on your business trip. And while you're waiting for that flight we just talked about, you are not sitting at the gate. You have Star Alliance Gold launch access worldwide. Whether you're flying ANA, United, Singapore Airlines or Lufthansa, you and one guest can grab a drink and relax in the lounge. And if you're flying, internationally even once a year, this is a massive quality of life upgrade. And I think we can all agree about that. No? No, that's not all. You can also have access to discounted rates and special campaign at IHJ ANA hotels and Tokyo hotels in Japan. It's not an absolute game changer on its own, but it's a nice little extra to plan when you're traveling domestically in Japan. Now you're gonna ask me, how much does it cost? Actually, not that much. It's 60,500 yen per year for the main card. It's about $100 at today's rate. And $8,250 for family card. It's about $50. And here's the kicker. The family card holder also get Star Alliance Gold status. That's super rare. And there are also multiple versions of this card. I also already talked, right, about the Visa version, but you also have JCB, MasterCard, Diners, and American Express. Cost and mileage returns vary slightly depending on the network, as you can see. But for most people, I think the Visa Gold version already captures most of the value at a very reasonable cost. But if you prefer another networks, that's completely your choice. Now, there are also premium versions of that card, available with JCB, Visa, Diners, and Amex. The annual fees are much higher, but you get higher mileage bonus, double the insurance coverage, and for Diner and Amex, you have free family cards, suitcase delivery services, priority pass sometimes, and dedicated concierge services. That being said, for Amex specifically, the Amex Gold Card already overlaps many of those benefits, which I've covered in another video that you can watch later if you are interested. Now that you've made it this far, you're probably wondering, what's the catch? Here it is. To apply for this card, you must already have achieved Star Alliance Gold member status with ANA. That means you need 50,000 qualifying miles in a year, including at least 25,000 miles flown with ANA Group Airline. So yes, you need to fly a lot. And you also need to be based in Japan. That's why this card shows up on this channel. I was fortunate enough to qualify this year due to a lot of work travel. I don't fly as much as I used to do in my previous job, so having this card really lets me keep a high level of comfort wherever and whenever I travel. And the family card gives my spouse the same status, which is incredibly helpful when we travel internationally a couple times a year. And when you combine it with my daily driver debit card and the Amex Gold Card for grocery that I already talked about, it gives me a solid coverage for most of my spending situation. And of course, I pay my credit card statement in full every single month because credit card interest rates in Japan are around 18%. And if you've been in the channel before, you've heard me say that, and I'll say it again in the future. Rewards are never worth paying interest for. I hope this was an interesting piece of credit card and travel trivia, even if many of you may not be able to apply for this card, or maybe it's not suitable for your lifestyle. Either way, let me know in the comments down below. Do you have this card? Or have you found a better travel setup in Japan or wherever you live? I read and reply to all the comments. So if you learned something today or simply enjoyed the video, please give it a like and subscribe. I make regular videos about money, investing and life in Japan. And YouTube thinks you might be interested in this video as well. Go check it out while you're waiting for my next one. Thank you again for watching and until next time, goodbye.